All systems seem to be a go. I think it's time to start the ship. Oh, cadets, can you hear that? The engines are starting to rev up. And when the engines start to rev up, that can only mean one thing. It's time to blast beyond!
Blast Beyond from the studios of KCOS on the campus of El Paso Community College.
Let's bring out Melissa Rodriguez, everybody, because he has, Melissa, this little device which measures how loud, and I have to admit, I feel bad and I apologize, but when he insulted the captain's hair, that was just too much.
Your hair does it by itself.
And I did raise my voice at him, and then the little meter went too high.
An ambient noise meter. That is a good thing to have to start noticing when loud is too loud.
Your voice is perfect. It doesn't. Mine grates on the machine somehow.
Grates on me, too. Rim shot. Thank you.
Gosh. I'm not.
Now, sometimes loud sounds, it's having them for a really long time. Mm-hmm. And sometimes a loud enough sound can do damage in just a second.
So we know that screaming in another kid's ear, that's a bad thing.
That is a very bad thing.
But also listening to music too loud on the headsets, on the iPads or
your
iPods
iPod or MP3 player.
MP3 player.
We have a lot to talk about.
Okay, Melissa, thank you so much. Have
Thank you,
yourself
Captain
a cold
Rob.
glass of Tang.
Oh, Tang.
Let's bring out our special guest, Melissa Rodriguez, who is going to teach us more.
Wait a minute! What's she doing on my ship? She's
First,
very attractive and
yeah,
doesn't belong.
can I get you to quiet down a little bit? You were way off the meter there.
I was
Debar.
off the meter?
Yeah, you were off the meter, a little too loud. Try to ask her politely and quietly.
Okay, get off my ship.
Okay, that's rude. That's rude. She's our special guest today.
Special guest.
Why don't you go down and reset the track and listen to Rico? He wore a diamond.
He did?
And yes, at the Copacabana there, honey.
You want to meet me there for our security
No.
meeting?
Thank you. The hottest spot north of Space Command.
Havana.
Thank you.
Hi, Captain Rob.
Yes, hello. Welcome. Okay, what do
Might
we
need
have?
some security back there.
Yeah, we need
Just
security
saying.
from our security. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, what do we have here?
All right, so inside our ear, we have 15,000 hair cells in the cochlea.
In the very inner ear, 15,000 little sensors that when they detect a sound coming in, send signals to the brain.
Correct.
I see.
So I know this isn't 15,000, but it's about as many as I can hold. So if we look at our hair cells, they look something like this.
So cadets, inside our ear, we have they're little thin sensors that stick out just like this. And do they
Correct.
move kind of like this?
They do. So a sound is a wave, and it comes in, and as it brushes against, see how they move. And every time they move, they send a signal to the brain.
I see.
So that's how our hair cells work.
So when you're listening to things at normal volume, when you're speaking normally or when you're playing music softly, then it's sort of tickling the cochlea or the sensors in the ear.
That's a great
and
way
it's,
to say it.
And it's not hurting them at all. That's what they're made to do, right?
Correct.
But you're saying that there is a situation in which we can listen to things or hear things that are so loud that we could actually maybe even damage these?
Well, so if the sound, instead of being a nice normal level, is a really loud sound, it's almost like a hurricane coming through and hurting these nerves.
Oh no. Now let me ask you a question. Once these are damaged, you as an audio expert, can't you just go in and surgically fix these?
Well,
and-
let's see. Let's see if we can fix them. We can't fix them.
So you're saying that once we damage these very delicate sensors, the damage, cadets and cadets watching at home, is permanent. It's not temporary. So this is why it's so important to control the level of volume of things that we listen to.
Right.
Oh,
it's
my
very
goodness.
important because that just doesn't look like something you want in your ear.
That's right. These are damaged cochlea, and we
Damaged
cannot.
hair cells.
Now we know that we never scream in somebody else's ear because that could
Right.
damage. But what about listening to headsets? You saw how Debvar was listening to music. Is there a rule about how loud we should listen to our music?
There is a rule. I call it the 60-60 rule.
The 60-60 rule, cadets. Okay, how many of you have a little iPod at home or some sort of little musical device where you like to listen to music? Or maybe you
Yeah, it's
borrow
a big deal now.
You borrow your parents? Okay. Are
All
you
right.
ready for the 60-60 rule that you want to follow all your life?
Okay, so no more than 60% of the volume. That's just about half, a little more than half. Don't ever put the volume higher than that. And never listen to it for more than 60 minutes.
Okay. So turn the volume up to about 60%.
No more than.
No more than 60%, or you could always listen to it less.
Absolutely.
That's
Less would be better.
Less would be better.
Less would
So
be better.
about half the volume or lower. And how long, cadets, can we listen? 60 minutes, which is how many hours?
6 minutes.
It's 60 minutes or 1 hour. 1 hour.
So Captain Rob, a lot of times I see kids go to bed with their pods. We never want to do that.
Never wear your
Never.
iPod in bed at night because
We can talk more about this in a little bit.
I want to know more because I want my ears to work for a long time.
Yeah,
Even
we
though
don't
some
want
people
that.
on board this ship I don't want to hear, I still want to be able to hear them.
Absolutely.
Okay, all
You
right.
can just ignore them if you need to.
There we go.
All
That's a
right.
good advice. We'll be back with you in just a little bit. All right, let's give a big round of applause to our special guest, Melissa Rodriguez, who's going to come out and teach us some more about protecting our hearing and sounds that are too loud and just right. What do you have there?
All right, well, we'll get to these in a second. What I want to talk about is if you think a sound is too loud. So, well, how do you know? If you don't have one of those fancy meters, how
Right.
would you know?
Okay.
So, one, if you're sitting next to somebody that has headphones on and you can hear the music, it's too loud for them.
Oh my gosh, I could hear Ivan listening to the theme song of the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, that's
Too
too
loud.
loud. Or if you
Yes.
hear a car and you can hear the inside boom, boom, that for the people inside the car, that's too loud.
We've pulled our spaceship up next to other spaceships at the light, and our spaceship is vibrating from how loud their spaceship
They
is.
are going to have damaged hair cells.
That's right. So if you see a youngster sitting in a car, or if you're in a car with a relative and they have the music too loud, what are you going to do? Are you going to ask them to turn it down, please? Will damage our hearing?
So I have three
Yes.
things you can do.
What should we do?
Also, if you just feel it too loud, it probably is. So go with your gut on that. Okay, so if something's too loud, what do? First thing, turn it down.
Turn it down.
That's the easiest.
You tell your older brother, I'm sorry, brother, turn it down. You could turn it back up and ruin your hearing, but don't ruin my hearing, please.
That's right. Our hearing is so important to us.
That's
how
right.
we know if there's danger. We know when our mom is caught. There's everything we hear is so important.
Very good.
So the second thing you can do is wear earplugs. These are some really simple earplugs. You just put them in.
Oh, wow.
Like when I go to the movies, if it's like an action movie that's very loud, I wear these.
Oh, yeah. Do
And
they
it sounds
sometimes,
normal.
Do they sometimes play movies too loud?
They do.
Really?
Like not a drama, but like an action movie. Often.
Explosions.
And if you look at the theater, they have signs posted that say noises in this theater can damage your hearing. But nobody pays attention to those.
So, and are these very expensive,
Like
Melissa?
$12.
$12 for a pair of little
Acoustic.
earplugs.
These are acoustic etymotic earphones.
So these are what
Earplugs.
musicians might
Yes,
also wear.
absolutely.
Okay, guys, you can borrow these later, but you put these in. May I put them in?
Sure.
Okay, so you put them in.
So
Let's
if the
say you're in
band
a
plays
place
really
where
soft,
somebody just doesn't want to turn that down.
You just put those in.
You might look like Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek, but it doesn't matter
she's
because
cool.
you're going to be protecting
Your
hearing.
hearing.
You know what's funny is that when you're wearing a pair of ear plugs, I just now realized how absolutely annoying and grating my 1950s voice is.
You hear your own voice more.
Yes,
That's
and it
true, you
is
do.
disturbing. I have to give Cosmo a little credit for this one.
Now, the third thing you can do, so one, you can turn it down. Two, you can put in earplugs. Or number three, you can leave the environment. So if you're with a friend and they're playing their music too loud, they won't turn it down, you forgot your earplugs, walk outside.
Let's say one day you go to a concert, a musical concert. Those are some of the worst places
Way
to go,
too loud.
is that right?
Absolutely.
And you want to enjoy the concert, but have you ever known anybody that went to a concert but also wore earplugs? You've done that?
I do.
So you're paying the admission price, but you also don't want to leave with hearing damage because they do turn up the speakers too loud,
Too
don't
much.
they?
Now,
I
the great
see.
thing with these particular earplugs, remember they're only $12, is these will actually take all the sound, what we call evenly. So some earplugs, you sound, everything sounds funny when you put them in.
Right.
With these, it sounds exactly the same. So like if the band played really soft, this is a nice soft sound, or maybe they're playing medium,
Okay, medium. Oh, yeah.
or maybe they're playing really loud. Ah, yeah, let's put those in. Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, hit it again. 1, 2, 3.
And now pull it out. You see, it sounds the same, it just takes it down from that danger level.
Oh, my
They are
goodness.
phenomenal.
You were right, though. When I had these in, it was as though I'm controlling the volume. I'm still enjoying the music, but I'm not damaging my hearing.
Exactly.
Because remember, once you damage the cochlea or the little fibers, it's permanent.
Nothing you can do to fix it.
Melissa, thank you so much. This has
Captain
been
Rob, I hope you and your
absolutely
cadets
wonderful
will protect their
information.
hearing.
May I borrow these for just
You
another
may
moment?
have those.
I love them. Thank
Very
you so
good.
much. Bye, Melissa. Let's give her a
Bye,
big round of
cadets.
applause, guys.